Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, hopefully you are fine. In my previous class, I talked about the topic clause. Today, I shall talk about a different topic, and the topic is simple to complex. Simple to complex. So my dear students, so here is the rule number 1. So here, if simple sentence starts with gerund or present participle. So remember, gerund or present participle. So first, you have to understand what is gerund or what is present participle. So gerund and present participle. For both cases, we have to add ing with the base form of verb. Okay? Base form of verb, ing with the base form of verb, but all the cases we cannot say they are the same. So whenever ing with the base form of verb will function as noun, then it will be gerund. But if it functions as an adjective, then it will be present participle. So I am saying, if there is gerund or present participle in simple sentence, we have to use since or as. If it refers to cause, or have to use when if it refers to time. So there is an example. So you see, simple sentence, reading attentively. So the beginning, reading attentively, Karim stood first in the class. So whenever we will transfer from simple to complex, we have to remember. So here is gerund, reading attentively. So the beginning is gerund. That's why you have to use either since or as or when. Now we have to understand whether it refers to time or cause. So reading attentively, Karim stood first in the class. So why did Karim stand first in the class? Because he read attentively. That's why we have to use since. So since Karim read attentively, remember read attentively, he stood first in the exam, because the sentence is past indefinite tense. So now, for your better understanding, I am giving you a message here. For a simple sentence, we need to use only a single clause, and the clause should be principal clause that I discussed in my first class. So here, Karim stood first in the class. This is a principal clause. This is the main part of the sentence. If we minus reading attentively, Karim stood first in the class will be a single sentence, a complete sentence. So but for complex sentence, we need at least one more clause. So here, since Karim read attentively, this is a clause. Again, he stood first in the exam. This is another clause. So what are the difference? The first one is subordinate clause and the second one is principal clause. So we know principal clause is independent clause, but subordinate clause is a dependent clause. So here, since Karim read attentively, it depends on he stood first in the exam. So if I give you another example, opening the door, I saw mother waiting for me. Again, opening the door, I saw mother waiting for me. Ing with the verb, that means gerund or participle. So here there is a single clause, principal clause, I saw mother waiting for me. But to make it complex, we need at least two clauses. One should be subordinate and the second one should be principal. So when, why did I use here when? Because it is giving us the message about the time. Mother was waiting for me when I opened the door. That's what the answer should be. When I opened the door, I saw mother waiting for me. So now, rule number 2. So if simple sentence starts with perfect participle, then we have to use when. So perfect participle. So you have to understand there are three kinds of participle. One is present participle, second one is first participle, and the last one is perfect participle. So here is perfect participle. So what is perfect participle? When we use having and after that past participle form of verb, then it is known as perfect participle. So here, having seen me, he cried loudly. So when he saw me, he started crying and the voice was loud. And it is a simple sentence because there is only a single clause and this is a principal clause. Now I am making it complex. That's why when, because it's perfect participle. So when he had seen me, he cried loudly. So there is another example. Having done the work, again having done, that means perfect participle, he came to me. This is a principal clause. So to make it complex, we have to take the help of when. So when he had done the work, he came to me. So this is the rule number 2. Now, so rule number 3 with the example. If there is present participle phrase or past participle phrase, remember the first rule was only present participle or gerund, but here present participle phrase or past participle phrase. Present participle phrase or past participle phrase. In simple sentence, we have to take the help of relative pronoun. So what is relative pronoun? We know who is, what, that. When we add two clauses together with the words of those words, then they are known as relative pronoun. So that is the example. For simple, the teacher is speaking to the boys. The teacher is speaking to the boys is favorite to me. So the teacher here is speaking to me. There is present participle. Is favorite to me. So on the verb is and the teacher is speaking to the boys. This is the subject of the sentence. And we know a phrase can be the subject of a sentence. So whenever we will move to complex, the teacher who is speaking. So why here is who? This is a relative pronoun because there is a phrase. The teacher is speaking to the boys and the person teacher is about the person. That's why there is who. The teacher who is speaking to the girls is favorite to me. Now the second example, the mobiles made by Samsung are working well. So here the mobiles made by Samsung, this is past participle phrase. So what is past participle? When the third form of verb does not function as verb, rather function as an adjective, then it is known as past participle. So here made by Samsung together is functioning as the past participle phrase. Okay, that's why you have to use relative pronoun. And mobile or Samsung company, they are not the person. That's why we cannot use who like the previous one. That's why I have used here that the mobiles that are made by Samsung are working well. So this is number 3. Now rule number 4 with the example. If there is adjective before the subject of a simple sentence, remember, if there is adjective before the subject of a simple sentence, we have to take the help of relative pronoun who or that. Who or that. For example, simple sentence, a conscious person can do everything. A conscious person can do everything. So to make it complex, a person who is conscious. So I say there should be adjective. So here person is noun and conscious is an adjective. That's why we have to use either who or that. So I have used here who because it's about a person. For person we use who, and for imperson we can use that or who is. So here a person who is conscious can do everything. Two clauses. A person can do everything who is conscious. So who is conscious? This is subordinate clause, but a person can do everything. This is principal clause. Another example, the meritorious students are always liked by all. Here also the students, this is a noun but meritorious. This is an adjective. That's why the same rule we have to follow. So the students who are meritorious. Why who? Because about the students, personal. That's why the students who are meritorious are liked by all. If we divide the clause, the students are liked by all who are meritorious. So who are meritorious, subordinate clause, the students are liked by all. This is principal clause. Now I am moving to rule number 5. If there is because of in the phrasal part of simple sentence, I said in the phrasal part of simple sentence, we can take the help of since or as to make it complex. So here, simple sentence, because of his carelessness, he could not prosper in life. So to make it complex, since he was careless, so here because of, so that's why I have used since he was careless, he could not prosper in life. So here he was careless. Since, for since it's subordinate clause, but he could not prosper in life. This is principal clause. Another example, because of being raised, he can lead an aristocratic life. So here because of, that's why I have used as or since. He is raised, he can lead an aristocratic life. Now I am moving to the rule number 6 with the example. If simple sentence starts with by plus gerund, the first rule was only gerund, but now by plus gerund, then we have to take the help of conditionals if we know about the condition. So there is an example, by practicing English, by plus gerund, you can be fluent in the language. That's why if you practice English, so I have taken the help of if as conditional. If you practice English, this is subordinate clause, and you can be fluent in the language. This is subordinate clause. Now rule number 7. If simple sentence starts with without plus gerund, the previous one was by plus gerund, but now it's without plus gerund, then we have to take the help of conditionals, but negative condition. So there is an example, without exercising regularly, you cannot keep your body fit. So here for without, there should be negative condition. If you do not exercise regularly, without, if you do not exercise regularly, you cannot keep your body fit. Now rule number 8. If there is to or in order to, remember to or in order to in a simple sentence, we have to use so that or in order that to make it complex. She went to America. She went to America to continue her study. So here it's not to America, rather to continue. This is an infinitive, to continue her study. So why did she go to America? She went to America so that she could continue her study. So I have used here so that instead of to continue to, so that she could continue higher study. Another example, they visited the Sundarbans in order to. So here in order to enjoy the largest mangrove forest of the world. So the complex should be the visited the Sundarbans in order that. Here was in order to, but here in order that they could enjoy the largest mangrove forest of the world. Now rule number 9. If a simple sentence is formed, with the help of to plus adjective plus to, we can take the help of so plus adjective plus that to make it complex. So here to plus adjective plus to, but we have to take the help of so plus adjective plus that to make it complex. So there is an example, Selim is too short. Selim is too short to touch the roof. Here 2 plus adjective plus 2. So instead of T-double-A-2, I have used so, and instead of T or 2, I have used that. So Selim is so short that he cannot touch the roof. Okay, another example, the old man is too weak to run. Here, the old man is so weak that he cannot run. And the final rule is, if a simple sentence is formed with the help of in spite of, then we can take the help of though or although to make complex. If there is in spite of or despite, in spite of or despite, in a simple sentence we can take the help of though or although to make it complex. So here is an example. In spite of having talent, in spite of having talent, the boy could not be first in the class. So there is in spite of. So the answer should be though the boy had talent. Though the boy had talent, he could not be first in the class. So here we can use though or although, anyone. The last example, in spite of being honest, he cannot shine in life. The complex should be although or though he is honest, he cannot shine in life. So this is all about the topic simple to complex. I think I have tried my best to make you understand about the topic simple to complex. In my next class, inshallah, one by one, I shall talk about complex to simple or simple to compound and other topics as well. And now I am giving you an assignment. Go through your second paper book, try to exercise by yourself. Okay, try to understand very clearly, and if you face any difficulties, try to put marks and ask questions over telephone or over comment. Inshallah, I shall make it more clear. Thank you everybody. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.